Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Hazima binti Aspudi, UK27960. I am presenting the video of the practical training report for requirement of the Bachelor Degree in Accounting for University Malaysia Terengganu in 2016. It is compulsory for the student of accounting to do the practical training in a firm that relating doing the accounting, auditing and the taxation. And I have been experienced to do the doing my practical training at MZYJ Associates Kuantan, which is they have been involving on doing the accounting, auditing and the taxation. Regarding on my practical MZYJ Associates, I have gained a lot of experience, such as I have do the full set of account for the clients, and I also involved in many audit in a company client. There have been a many nature of the company client that I have been observed and audit, and I also have experience on do the taxation and submit it to the LHDN. I also gained a lot of another skills, such as the staff have been teach me on how to do the stock taking in the client company and attend the meeting with the board of the director. In doing my practical training, I have been observed some issue, and I think that what I have been learned in the university actually is happen in the real world of the situation in a working condition. And I have been observed that the company, the issues is about the manipulation by the internal control. The first issue is about the top management intentions. What is meant by top management intention is for the top manager, they want that the financial performance is based on their desire in how if they want to increase the profit, they will do this, and if they want to decrease the profit, they will do this. What is meant by when I am studying in accounting theory, based on the Watts and Zimmerman in the bonus plan and debt hypothesis, the management will tend to use the method that will increase their reporting income, and they also have in company will do the they will use the method that will reduce their reporting income. They do the positive accounting theory regarding on the increase of their profit. The company also should reduce their expenses. When I am doing the audit, the reducing and expenses is a way that the audit been observed. They will do the cut-off. Okay, the cut-off it means that we just do the cut-off for the January, which is the first before the previous year, and for the December. I have been observed in the audits. There have been one company that do the expenses. There have been 9 to 10 expenses that have been included in January 2015, and actually the expenses is occur at the 2014. It is based on the accrual basis. The expenses should be occur at the current year, not to the next year. The recommendation that I think that the auditor should do based on the ISA 200, the auditor must do the professional skepticism, which is if they have been doubt, they must ask for the client why this has happened, why this has happened. If there have been something in the ledger, they must be seen that where is the evidence, where is the documents. That's mean by if you write this way, where is the evidence of what you have been stated. And the second issue is for the ethics. Ethics mean here that the ethics have been an issue is, I think this is because most of the company in the real world situation just follow the legal rule of law rather than comply with the good ethics. I giving an example. There have been one company who just do the 2 or 3 subsidiary, and they have been make the subsidiary is being lost, and they just why the subsidiary has been low. They have been doing the inter-subsidiary, they just sell it to the subsidiary, their things, and all the expenses of their, including the expenses that include in their subsidiary, and make the subsidiaries loss. Actually, they have been not lost because the subsidiary is that thing because of the inter-subsidiary of their goods to the subsidiary. And when the subsidiary is lost, they have not gonna pay the tax, and actually it also reduced their paying of the tax for the parent itself. And I think that it is not ethics, since it's approved by the legal, but I think this is not ethics. And for the intention of the desires, also I think this is not ethics. And I think the recommendation is the company should follow the code of the ethics and comply with the ethics, and the law must be mixed, and they should be each other. Means that you do this with law and you must do the ethics. The most crucial problem for doing my industrial training is about the documentation. There have been a lot of the company who give off not sufficient documents. For example, if I also make it also as an issue because it is also involved in the manipulation, because sometimes they do not give the document because they want to hide something. I think it is also the possibility. When I'm doing the audit, there have been also not enough for the authorization, and sometimes the payment is just for the payment voucher. There have been no other supporting documents such as the invoice from the third parties, and there have been, and also the expenses who have just recognized at their bank statement, when they have been just incurred and at the bank statement. When we just ask for the company what the figure is about, they just say that maybe it's for the advertising, but there have been no evidence. We cannot rely on the bank statement because yes, the amount of the expenses, the amount is withdraw from the bank statement, but if it's true it is just for the advertising expenses, it is true, because sometimes it's just withdrawn by the director for his personal use, but there have been no other evidence rather than the client. And I think there have been a possibility that the clients have a manipulating of the figure. I think that on a recommendation, actually the auditor can issue of the management letter, which is what problem during the audit they can include in the management letter, whether it is a breach of the documentation, there have been an error, and it should have any recommendation for the company. And I think that the auditor also can advise the company that the importance of the documentation is in what purpose. Is also help the auditor not only forget the evidence for doing the audit, but also it can help the company for doing a good of the documentation based on the company, because the company also actually, when we audit for the large company, it's not really a big problem, but for the small company actually they didn't know, and they just not think that the documentation of the receipt or the invoice is really important. And the auditor also can advise the clients to keep all the documentation properly, not to help the auditor, but also as a good documentation for the client itself. Based on my conclusion, I think that the practical training for the 6 months is a good opportunity for the students before they have been graduating, to know a lot of the situation that happens in a real world with working conditions.